Hello, I'm Dr. DeCanto, creator of the Big Four Process, Altering Emotional Cards. And what I'm going to do today again is I'm going to explain a patient that I had. Well, this was at an expo. It was not a patient, but we did a clearing on this patient. It's going to be the next video. I just want to talk about it first, and then I'll post that too right after I post this. So she was a young woman, and when she pulled out the cards, now most people, the Big Four process real quickly, because my first 50 videos was on the process itself. Now I want to talk more about the benefits of the process. Now I created the cards, the 36 cards. I have the book, 4 Steps to Better Life, that explains the cards basically in detail. Now, basically, again, a 4-part being, very spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, highest vibration. When you have a thought, that thought creates a mental image, which produces an emotion, which alters matter, paradigm shift. And that's what we're focusing on, because what you become, what you think about is what you become. My doctorate was in medical humanities. Actually, I just received that. I went back to school about 6 years ago. Took me 40 months to get at Drew University, but now the whole process of the Big Four process is what you think about. So again, when we do this, this woman had pulled out of the 7 mental cards, she pulled out I Speak. Now again, when we do this, the patient always wears your sacred geometry, what hooks you up to the cards, the total of 36 cards. We have 7 mental cards, and the mental cards are each one of the energy centers. Some people call them chakras, I call them energy centers. So we have I Speak, which she pulled, I See, I Feel, I Do, I Love, I Am, I Understand, the 7th. So she pulled I Speak as the mental card. Now the emotional card she pulled was, the emotional card was from shame. It was from shame to pride. So what was interesting with her, so we knew that she had some shame in her life. So that was the emotional card. Now remember, the subconscious is doing this, because you're not looking at the cards. Your conscious mind is your, I would say, is your dreams, your subconscious, your reality. And healing is when you can connect the conscious mind, your mind, with the heart, the subconscious. Now, there's 10 emotional cards. I'm not going to go through them all. Forgiveness. So when someone pulls this card, when you're doing this practice, when you're doing it every morning, she's in shame right now. So now I know that she spoke. She never spoke up about shame. So we'll get to the next part of that. The energy block point, because every emotion, if it's not expressed through the body as the emotion, it's expressed in the body as disease. Now, since we are a 4-part being, every thought you have is hooked up to some physical part, organ, gland, or system. So the way I designed the cards is we designed the cards with the 12 meridians. So we have circulation, sex, spleen, go through all 12 meridians. Now, the next point, when I was developing this past 35 years, what happened was, okay, so you have the block energy field someplace. Well, we had to come up with a way, and with practice, with patience, I realized is that every point may be the block. So we have the subconscious picks a location point. So when you pick out a location card, you're picking out a color that will correlate to here. So in this case, she picked up an orange card. So I know that the physical block was right here in her shoulder area. So now we have here the subconscious, and again, I will debate anybody on this. When you meditate, people say, well, you meditate to the body will heal itself when you meditate. My disagreement with that is, Einstein said you can never solve a problem on the same vibration was created. Now, I know when we meditate, we become enlightened. But right now, and when you see the video in 4 minutes, well, 5 minutes, she picked these 4 cards. Now, guess what I know? I know the energy center, I know the emotion, I know the location. So now you'll see when we do the mantra. So now we have these 4 cards, and I called her Sally. So I just want to talk about Sally first. I had to cut the video. I had to stop the video. Will not show you the rest of it, because after we got through this, she really had a real shift, and it was a real consciousness. But again, so I know from her pulling these cards, so she had shame in her life. Now there's many types of shame. I mean, in her case, it was more of a personal shame. It was she was ashamed of who she was. Not necessarily what she did, but how she looked. So she had a shame about her body. Now here's the other thing. Now, again, and in her case, after we shut the video off, she did have a small intestine problem, a digestive problem. So being holding in, not speaking to the world, and simply I speak means that she didn't say the shame that she had. She didn't tell anyone. She held it in. Now, that's the whole point. So now the key of the Big Four process and altering emotional cards is now we're going to shift her consciousness. We're going to connect the brain, the conscious mind to the heart, the subconscious. We're going to connect these two together. And once you connect them, then you can feel better and you can start to heal yourself. Because remember, the first sign of healing is recognizing it, but that's the first sign. True healing is when the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, they connect. Because I have people that are overweight or people that want to stop smoking, and the thing is, they'll do it, excuse me, but they won't do it on a subconscious level, therefore they'll never succeed. And that's the paradigm shift. That's when that person wakes up that's been overweight and can lose weight without any drugs, because she knows she can do it within herself. Okay, so now, and always remember, we're electric being. Right? Touch this. We have electricity. We're electromagnetic beings. That's what we are. So now, when you see the video, when we pull these 4 cards, we now have the 3 aspects of the Big Four process. Now the spiritual part, well, that's the mantra. That's what we're going to create, the mantra here. So her mantra was, I had her, today I speak of pride within myself. And you'll see in the video, today I speak of pride within myself. Now, as I'm saying that to her, listen, whatever happened to her in the past, it's irrelevant. You know, if you're stressed, if you're worried about something, if you're stressed about something that you did, if you worry about something that you think of the future, so it doesn't pay. No one does things that they really don't want to do. They do it at that moment, but every constant moment has a constant change. So the only constant in the universe is change of time, as if it exists, but moment changes. Next second's different this second. So when we're doing the mantra with her, and her mantra would be, today I speak of pride within myself. Today I speak of pride. So as we keep saying that, I will tell her to drain all the shame, surrender and release all the shame in her past life. Let it drain out of the shoulder point, and you'll see in the short in the video. So here you are. So we have this woman, and after we did the process at this expo, she really felt different. She really did. Now here's the key. Once you go back home, you have to practice this every day. This one. So in this case, when someone uses these cards every morning, you do the cards in the morning, and you'll see what emotion is. And then with that emotion, when you have that emotion coming up during the day, you say your mantra. So with her, I told her, when you leave this expo, whenever you feel shame, you say to yourself, today I speak of pride within myself. You just say that to yourself and just picture all that shame. And now in this case, if it was from her mother, father, picture your mother and father draining out of your shoulder. They did their best. You did your best. So I do want to make sure that you understand this. And so in the morning, you do this. You find what the day it is, and every day you do a different one. That's what the cards are for. Your subconscious is doing it, not your conscious mind. Because I know with my patients, if I ask them, what's your emotion today you're experiencing? They may say, well, I don't feel loved. That's the conscious mind. And 100% of the time, they never pull the same card that they think about. They never pull the same card. So again, my website is findyourblocks.com. I'm redoing everything again, trying to just attempt to get this thing going so it's easier, understandable. And that's it. That's the website, findyourblocks.com. The book is on Amazon. It's also on audio, like for $7. It's just something to listen to. It's only 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I will tell you, it can change your life. It really can. And again, here's the other point. Hey, if you don't want to change your life, that's fine. I have no problem with that. When I have a patient that comes in, and if they're overweight and they don't want to lose weight, fine. But this is the thing you have to be concerned about. Don't complain about it. Accept what you accept. And just be who you are, okay? Okay, this is Dr. DeCanto. I want to say thank you again. If you know anyone that can benefit from this, please send them this video. And again, thank you kindly, and I'll do another one shortly too. Thank you again.